Hey guys, what's up? Alex here. Today we are here with the next episode of Motorsport Manager. Today we've got the Chinese Grand Prix, my home Grand Prix. Not exactly the greatest qualifying, however. Both De Graaf and Lara, neither of them are getting my sponsor objective today. Well, neither of them got my sponsor objective, I should say, in the qualifying session. So that's a bit disappointing. Still got this sort of like tickly cough, which means I will suddenly start laughing and then coughing. But let's get into the video. So, awesome stuff in the last episode, guys, to get some really good points finishes, and today we'll hopefully get some more. I mean, starting in intermediate conditions definitely throws up the race. When do you go to dries? Will it go rainy again? It's going to be an interesting one. So De Graaf starts 12th, and where's Lara? Down in 15th. So I would say that's not a very good position at all. So for some reason I was using this in qualifying, I mean just using a 2D viewer, but it doesn't really make much sense to use in the race, especially if you can run it. So let's have a quick look here. So it will get slightly more rainy, but then at the same time, that's not that bad. Like, you could probably drive around on dry tyres and not be that much slower with this amount of rain on track, but it's the way it is, and we'll see how this race goes for us. So we've got a trait on Lara today that higher engine modes don't affect us. So I forgot, whilst it's not raining too much, Alex, don't push the tyres, because then they will get really worn down. So let's just be a bit careful here the first lap or so, whilst there isn't too much rain out on track, just to do this so that when we do get to rainy conditions we can actually push, because our tyres are in good conditions whilst everyone else has been pushing way too much and they've got very low tyres. So not great. Enrico Lara's dropped down to 15th place. Anyway, 2 times speed as per usual. See, De Graaf's starting to lose some time now, so we're going to go for it. We're going to absolutely go for it on both cars now. Oh, De Graaf's down to 18th position here. Not too good stuff whatsoever. What's happening, De Graaf? This is not what I wanted whatsoever from you here today, and hopefully he's going to get this move on Lara and just get right past her. Oh, come on. Battling between themselves is not going to be helping us out one bit here in China. So we're going to have to possibly think about a different strategy approach here, lads. Maybe a different strategy approach here, because it's not exactly going to plan. Oh, Lara's also now locked up, but she's gone past De Graaf again. Oh, these two battling with each other is just so frustrating. It's like, please, just don't do it. It's not needed. I know the teammates said they want to be ahead of each other, but it is very frustrating. I'm going to sort of back off Lara here for a little bit. So hopefully she'll just let Verstappen through here. There we go. That's good. If that's part of the update, that's good. Let them through on a very sensible part of the track here. And who's this? Kenjiro has got some sort of problem here. Strange stuff down in the last place, whilst his teammate Silikov is up in 7th place. So lots of people seem to have problems here. Is that Flores? And now there's a virtual safety car out on track. Wow, okay, it's all starting to go on here, lads. And it's going to be going back to dry conditions very shortly. So maybe another lap, and then we'll pit in maybe Lara. I'm not too sure. To be honest, when the track is this dry, if that makes any sense, this dry and wet conditions, you could probably pit. I mean, look, Kenjiro's pitted now, so I'm going to pit. Oh, it's a tough one to call. Did the AI do it right? I mean, I would say possibly they have. So I'm going to pit with Lara here, and maybe go to the end of the race with her on that set of tyres. Who knows? Front wing needs changing, possibly. Brakes might be okay. So we'll go to the end, or try to go to the end there. It's going to be quite close. I don't actually think so. That's just looking at that, I don't know whether that's going to work out. So we'll probably split the strategies here, lads. Lara can go on mediums and De Graaf can go onto the softs. We'll see how this works out. Fingers crossed it does go the right way for us here. Some people aren't, but some people definitely haven't pitted this lap. So we're going to be the first of the main people that hasn't had a problem to attempt this. So she's going to come in the pits, and hopefully now she's going to be able to go for it for a couple of laps. And oh, now she's getting blue flags. We don't want that whatsoever. This is just going to cost us dearly here. This is going to be quite frustrating now, lads, because yeah, they're going to say intermediate conditions. So it's a little bit frustrating. Let's go and have a look at De Graaf. He's going to be the one that's hopefully going to be getting his points. People are starting to pit those dry tyres, and I think that's what we're going to do at the end of this lap. Not with Lara, with De Graaf. Time to pit for some dry tyres. And what do I want it to be? Do I want it to be maybe two stints of like 6 laps possibly? I think that's what we'll do, just because the parts as well. Fix that front wing and we'll go in there. So we'll just speed through this here. And Lara is unfortunately going to lost a lot of time because it's been overtaken by the blue flags. And yeah, well, that's sort of done her racing a little bit, which is a bit annoying. And Flores is right up behind. Flores is sort of matching, so it's a strange one. Lots of people are deciding. What other people deciding to do? Other people are deciding to go onto dry tyres as well. But there's a bit of a switched approach here. I've decided to come out on. Oh look, so we're following Becker, and we've overtaken Becker. Hopefully we can pull away here and don't have to be in the blue flags, because he's going around on destroyed Inters, and lots of other people are as well. So we could make our way back into the points with this, lads. This could be quite a good strategy call here. Let's go with that. Let's go for a bit of a push here. Up to 11th, but we will be stopping again. We already know that. So we might as well just make the most of this stint here and just hopefully De Graaf won't be locking up or anything silly like that. If he does, then we could be in trouble. We could be in trouble. Right, some people in pit lane here. We're not going to be getting past them. Seeing this, actually Laura's managed to come out in 13th place, so she's done quite a good job here, but I've realised I've pushed her, so she's probably not going to be able to... Oh, well, she wasn't going to go to the end anyway, was she? But yeah, I've decided to split the strategies up there, and De Graaf now into the top 10, which is important. Who's this in front here? Some people have come out more Inters. That's a strange call here. Oh, it's not a strange call, sorry, because it's going to rain again. But is it going to be raining in time? So we're going to go around another lap with De Graaf here, and hopefully this works out for us here, lads. So that's going to need changing, but hopefully apart from that, won't need to. But that's a 16-second stop there, but it's going to need to be changed. So in lap from De Graaf, push to the max. Hopefully won't lose too much time here. We look like we are losing a bit of time here whilst everyone else is still out there on Inters. So strange strategy call there from me, but we've done it now, and we're gonna have to go ahead to try and survive this. It's a bit annoying. Have lost quite a bit of time there. Some of the AI making the better strategy call by pitting a lap earlier. So let's see how this works out then, lads. Looks like we're gonna lose some time. De Graaf's going to be outside the points. He's going to come out in 12th position here. The race looks like it might go to the end from now, so it's going to be a tough race. 12th and 13th is where we've exited. Becker looks like he's probably going to lap here. So the interesting strategy call here. Some of the AI decided not to go on to dry tyres at all in this race. We'll have a look, but someone like Valdez in 3rd place is surely going to have to pit. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like he's going to get to the end of the race on those tyres. Other people in the top 10 as well. So we could still possibly get points here, lads, if we do good here. If we do good. Let's just not push these parts too much here at this point. Let's just save it. We've got a massive gap to 13th place, and let's just not worry about it. Let's just not sort of go too crazy with the fuel and all that sort of stuff, because we'll inevitably catch people who have problems. So we'll just stay here. We'll keep it calm. And I know a lot of people asking, probably wondering at this point, though, it's like, why am I not pushing to try and catch the cars in front? I mean, look at these parts, guys. They're just not very good condition whatsoever. So with someone like Lara, it's like we might as well push. We might as well. Oh, she's got a lot of extra fuel actually. She might as well just absolutely go for it. And if she retires, she retires. It doesn't really make much difference, because she'll probably not be in the points anyway. So she might as well go for it and see if other people drop out around. But we're starting to lose position. We're starting to lose quite a bit of time to the cars in front with the De Graaf. But to be fair, lads, I don't know whether this car's going to go to the end if we don't back off here. I mean, maybe we don't need to be quite so far backing off, but you know, we're starting to. Oh, what's this? Going side by side. That's losing us both a lot of time there. Nubia's got problems in 2nd position, but it's just, remember, so we're technically on 17 now, lads, because the leaders lapped us. So this is an interesting race now. What's going to happen? Are we going to be able to close in? We're into 12th. Wait, well, I think we're in 12th and 13th anyway, weren't we? Anyway, to be fair, it's doing a good job. The car's not degging like so bad. Degging so bad. I'm talking about the car deg. What am I on about? What am I on about? I mean, Lara's nearly caught now, so this is actually quite an awkward situation. Like, what do I do? Might as well put it in sort of push mode here. To be fair, points aren't that far ahead now, lads. I can see points are just up the road here. Well, a point, I should say. But Lara's really doing a good job. Should we back? I think we might have to back her off a little bit here. We don't want her to get involved with De Graaf. we don't want her to go past. There you go, De Graaf up to 11th, and Lara's up to 12th. Good stuff. Good stuff. To be fair, I think this is going to be going around to the start-finish line, is it? Is this going to be the checker flag? No, last lap this time by. Okay. We've got positions. There we go. There's somebody blowing up. That's going to be for a point, lads. Can we get around? De Graaf's done it into 10th place. But now, can De Graaf close down on Tyler? 2.5 seconds up the road. It's the last lap of the race. You might as well just go for it. Might as well go for it with both cars and see whether we can do it. I mean, I'm very close with some of these parts, but we might be able to do it. Last corner time. Is it going to be enough? Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. 8th and 9th just crossed the line and finished in front of us, sorry. So we finished 10th and 11th there, which isn't very good. Well, it's not as good as the last episode, let's just say that. But overall, I think we'll take the positives from that because qualifying wasn't very good. I think we did an extra stop in comparison to a lot of the AI. So it's an interesting strategy call there, lads, but we've not done too bad out of all that. And who knows, somebody could get penalties ahead, so we could possibly get some more points here if it goes our way, but I doubt it. Anyway, Becker's won 3 races in a row. We so nearly pinched him. I'm sure De Graaf's a bit annoyed here, lads, to be fair, because we pinched De Graaf off of Ferrari because he wasn't happy because last year the parts were failing and all that sort of stuff, and now Ferrari are good, so I'm sure he's a little bit disappointed about that, but who knows, somebody could pay the buyout clause or something, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Think about it. The buyout clause is not going to help us out, so hopefully no one does. Oh, Mikhailovic got a 2-place penalty. Yes, he has. And apart from that, Kinjiro's got a penalty, 1-place penalty, a drive-through. Okay, so nothing too exciting there. De Graaf's down to 9th in the championship. 9th and 12th keeps us... Oh, we've actually been overtaken by Chariot now. We had a big gap on them, but they managed to claw down quite a few points in that last race there, lads. So that is not how I wanted to finished off that race there, being overtaken by Chariot in the constructor standings. I mean, to be fair, it was probably going to happen. But anyway, De Graaf, good stuff. And now I need to update you guys on a couple of little things. Ooh, that's a big hit. You can see my budget has gone down quite substantially from last time. And I bet you're thinking, what has been going on, mate? What have you been doing? So, probably should update you guys on... We've been designing some new parts, that's one thing. The scouting facility is complete. I've actually started to design a handling development centre, lads, to try and get this HQ up, because HQ is one of the biggest parts. Where is it? There it is. One of the bigger parts of Tier 1 is getting this HQ sorted. So we're going there, we're developing the handling now. So that's exciting for the team, but you know, when we make mistakes like we have been doing in the last couple of races and not maybe maximising it, it's going to be a bit annoying if we can't maximise it. Anyway, what am I on about? I don't know. Anyway, Flores possibly leaving. Interesting call. Oh yeah, scouting facility. So quite a few new people are being scouted here, lads. You can see loads of people down here on the right-hand side. And I've been told there are some absolute beasts in this this third tier of scouting. So anyway, Sudakov, aka Kvyat, is the best driver in the whole tier. Well, the whole game, sorry, at the moment. Interesting. Olga's there. This person also is maybe a bit new. Is he new? I don't know. He's never had any history, but he's a very good driver. Anyway, new front wing, good stuff. Is it good? It's pretty good, yeah. So we're going to put that on De Graaf's car and improve parts. Hopefully we're not front wing. See, the front wing's pretty unreliable anyway. Take that off there and put it on there. So overall, we're not having to fix many parts now, which is quite good. And has that been... So let's design a new part here. So it's just the rear wing now, just the rear wing. And we know not to go down the risque route, as it doesn't really help us out long term if we get a penalty in our good result. I mean, like, what's the point? So, is there a new vote? Yes, there's a vote coming up here, lads. What is it going to be? Is it a rear wings finished, which is good. Get to work on a new part. We're going to the next tier as well, so that's good stuff. Top speed plus 30, plus 20 to the max. That's quite a good one, plus 30, and then plus 25 to the max there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, it's a big one, and we're down to 3 mil now, and we've got to get some sponsors on board here, lads. Ooh, 5-star sponsors, 850k per race. That is mental, and that is decent. That's exactly what we needed at this sort of time, thanks to the quite substantial costs of running a slightly improving team. We definitely need to have some sort of sponsors like that. We've suddenly got 5-star sponsors. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's the hiring of Lara and Verstappen. Anyway, benefit teams that struggle at Sydney. So, can I back out of here? I can't back out of here. I want to see what the other votes are, annoyingly. So we've got 5 votes available to us. And I say apparently it will help us out removing the Sydney race. So let's vote 4 here, lads. 2 times voting power, I think. Yes. Oh, probably not needed. Oh, it just about was needed. Someone threw in a 2 times vote at the end there. So it's going to be removed off next year's calendar. So that's okay, I guess. I don't know really what to say for that one, but it means that there's going to be one less track on the calendar for us to do bad at. Apparently, it was a track that we weren't very good at. So, anyway, rear wing, that reliability is not very good, is it, mate? Not very good reliability. Anyway, 74%. That's pretty good. So we'll take that off there. We'll put it on there. And reliability of other things. One of these is going to need to be done. That one. Actually, no, keep it on there. Actually, we'll take that one off there and put it on there. The engine is all... I don't know, it's a tough one to call. We've literally been just going max out reliability the whole season so far. I mean, look, if we get, including our bonus guys, we're just under there, which is quite good. Anyway, so... if I just do that, then auto pick. So... let's try that. Let's try that. Hopefully it's good. Let's just check the parts are all in play. All of the best possible parts are in play. Yes, yes. Oh, okay. Take that off there and put it on there. You need to make sure of this, lads, because otherwise you could be running around with some mediocre parts. I mean, I'm not going to run that rear wing just yet, because that's obviously going to cost us time in the race if we're having to fix it. So, overall, lads, that's not exactly the greatest start to the episode. I would have liked to have maybe got slightly better result, a couple more points possibly in that last one, but it's the way it goes, and not every race we're going to be scoring loads of points here. But anyway, we're going to write down our setups as well. Tondela. So we've got the downforce settings, handling, and acceleration. So I've been writing down all of the setups so far this season, lads, and hopefully that means in the future that it'll be a little bit more of a easy experience. We won't have to be wasting so much time sort of flicking through all the setup stuff. So basically I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go out like this and see whether any of them want to be in the middle. So let's take practice, because weirdly that last, I know this is a different track to China, but weirdly in China every single part of the setup wanted to be basically down the middle, which is kind of a strange one for me, but it's the way it was, so we're going to roll with it. So yeah, there we go. Of course, guys, if you can hear any background noise, apologies. They are doing stuff next door. They're cutting down trees and that sort of stuff. So apologies if you can hear that. I'm sure it is a little bit annoying, but I'm hopefully going to edit it out. I'll try my best to edit it out, so we'll see. But yeah, guys, if we can hit 100 likes on this video, that'd be massively appreciated. So if you haven't hit that like button as of yet, oh my god, I can't even speak. If you haven't hit that like button as of yet, that would be massively appreciated. So let's have a quick look here. Oh, my mouse, no, wastes valuable seconds. What are you doing? So handling wants to be at 50%. That's one thing we've seen here, or about 50%. We'll maybe adjust it slightly and see whether it improves it. Okay, so they want lots of downforce here. Probably should have looked at this, to be fair. And acceleration seems to be the way to go, so let's go with that and see. Race trim, and away you go. It's quite a sort of a specific setup around this track. It looks like it's quite likely going to be very high downforce, whatever the graph says. So the graph's got a much wider range here, but whatevs. And also, you think down here, slightly longer gear ratios. Let's try that. Let's see whether that's any good. So race trim, and away they go. I suppose after one lap you can't really tell how good the setup is, but it's like I need to try my best here, lads. So we're just going to send them out for a few laps, you know, let them go around a few laps and to try and get the active knowledge up as much as possible. I think the medium tyres will be ones we'll be using in the race, so it'll be good to get that knowledge. And of course the was it race setup? What is the knowledge up here? Race trim, sorry, not race setup. Race trim, obviously important stuff. So they've decked down those tyres quite a bit. Like, I think it was at 16% in one lap there, so that's quite substantial. That is quite substantial. By the look of it, a high degradation track. I suppose when you're running all the downforce as well, it's inevitable that the tyres are going to be ripped up. But most people out on track on the hard or the medium compound tyres, only 4 people out there on the soft rubber. So interesting calls by most of the teams to use the harder compound tyres, the hardest. The orange side was hard. We'll see how we go on this lap, lads. Unfortunately, De Graaf will be encountering some traffic here. Otherwise, this lap does look like it could definitely be improved. I think it still will be improved. About 3 seconds. What? He has 4 seconds on that last part of the track. What is he on? I'm here hitting the limiter down the straight bars. Right, it's time to bring them in. They've done good. And they should be able to, once they go back out, max out that knowledge. Knowledge is powerful. Good. Good. Okay, so downforce is great. Downforce is only okay over here. So what have I done? Too much downforce? I think probably. Too much downforce with Buklova. There you go. You can probably hear a chainsaw in the background now. Bant. Right, let's go with that. New set of mediums. Away you go. As for De Graaf, we didn't really get the setup right last time, did we? I suppose that's one problem. Bit more downforce. They're saying he was hitting the speed limiter on the straight, so possibly that's the way to go. Unpause, and away we go. Come on, lads, get something better than, well, 19th and 20th can't be much worse. So I find Verstappen's personality trait quite funny. I'm not taking any team orders from you. I mean, he's generally going to be ahead of Buklova or Lara, who is ever racing. He's going to generally be ahead by quite a substantial amount. But that last race, Lara was actually, I'd say, quicker. De Graaf didn't quite sort of suit the track, did he? I wouldn't say he drove badly, but it's just in general, Lara did a much better job over the whole race to sort of pull it back, considering I sort of messed up her pit strategy quite badly. So he's catching up to people here. He's only half a second off in this first sector. So he ran the outside of 2 cars there, but that's lost him quite a bit of time. He's down to 2 seconds behind now, 3 seconds. That's put him up to 9th, which is good. And they're both going to get an extra lap in as well, which is important. So good stuff, good stuff. Buklova went up to 17th. That's not that great. Well, but Buklova's first sector, 2 seconds off. Wow, okay. Neither of them are doing particularly good here. Handling spot on. Good to hear. Good to hear. De Graaf are going to cross the line in 11th. So he's dropped down the order again as well. So, possibly. Okay, Buklova's loving the handling, which is good. But starting to get a bit worried here, lads. I'm not going to lie, because have we dropped off all of a sudden? Did we start off with an okay, decent car, but we're already starting to drop off a little bit here? I don't know. It could be wrong here, could be wrong, but it's certainly starting to feel like our car isn't quite where it was in the first race of the season. I know we're only 4 races in, or this is the 4th race, but still, it just feels a little bit. It's a bit worrying for me, a little bit worrying. So let's have a quick check here, lads. Medium tyres, won't be using those in quali, I'm sure, but I'm a bit confused where the super overtake's gone. Like that, surely that was a mechanics component. Ooh, good. Nice to see so many of those in there, lads. So the downforce possibly about 20% there. Yeah, the understeer oversteer is about in the middle, and acceleration. I mean, I don't know what's different about these two here. Maybe a bit more like that. And what would you say that is? Like 35% possibly. 30 to 35%. Sorry guys, I love writing down these percentages now, just because next season this is going to come in handy. I mean, I know it's going to be slightly different. I know the setup's going to be like a tiny bit different, but as long as we, first run, get the setup, as close to perfection as possible, then we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Oh my god. See, it's only 3/10 of a second. That's the good thing. It's only 3/10 of a second to our target here, but it's a lot of money we're losing. It's a lot of money we're losing. We need some more 5-star sponsors. Anyway, Tondela. What can we do in this race then, lads? Mediums and race trim, which is good. Oh, I guess we will use the mediums now to try and max it out. Good. We've got excellence and great on everything. So we'll start on the mediums. Hopefully this is the way to go. And hopefully there's not any mad rain or anything in this race. Doubt it, to be fair. Anyway, let's max this out. Good stuff. There we go. And let's roll. So guys, hopefully you have been enjoying the Motorsport Manager videos alongside the other videos I'm going to be making over the Christmas period. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm not going to be doing so much Motorsport Manager, like not everyday Motorsport Manager like I have been at the moment. That's not a bad thing. It just gives me a bit of a break from it, and obviously I want to keep the game as lively as long as possible. Like, I don't want to get bored of the game after a couple of weeks of just posting consistently. So, you know, a little break here and there will not do any harm whatsoever. It would basically mean that I should just have a bit more longevity in the game, which has always been the problem with F1 games. Like, hopefully this game will just be good for the future. Like, I won't get bored of it, basically. That's a struggle that I've had with the Motorsport main games, and especially Codemasters games, for a long time. They get so boring so quick, and I hope that won't happen for me on this one. So, Lara's made a slight mistake in the last sector here. Oh, there's been a crash. Hella collides with Ribeiro. That's down for 18th and 19th. Are they teammates as well? Banterous stuff. Anyway, Lipponen's down at 18th. They're probably going to look to get rid of him soon, aren't they? To be fair, he's not been too great. Alright, De Graaf's into the points, which is good. Oh, no, okay, now it's not. Lara's ahead. Oh, for God's sake, stop overtaking each other. It's just... It annoys me when they do this. It annoys me. Right, some people are pitting already for some new softs. That does seem quite early. So what lap do we want to get to? 7 or 8, to be honest. Try and edge the first stint out a bit more. So we'll probably back off a little bit now here. Not go so mental in the first part. I mean, we could try a bit of an undercut here. We're going to let Lara let De Graaf through. I think this was part of the thing that was fixed in the update. Allow him through. Okay. Oh, I hate that it's only virtual safety cars. It really does annoy me, because it's like, surely there'd be a safety car in real life for stuff like this. So why is there not in the game? I suppose that's the part of what makes this game good, though, isn't it? The fact that it's got a lot of good parts from real life, and also got some, it's taken out quite a lot of the bad parts of real life. But then the safety car thing, it's because the votes are, you know, where am I going with this talk? I don't know, but basically what I mean is that the game is very open-ended, and lots of different things can happen to different people. So that's why it's good, because everyone's career mode is going to be so different. That's what I was trying to say here. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Should be interesting to just see what my guys do with this now. Can we both get points? There is a Chariot in the top 10. He's in 6th place for Dow. So what's happened here? De Graaf, he's dropped behind a bit here. We can't really do anything too exciting here, to be perfectly honest. Nubia's coming up behind De Graaf, quite a rate, obviously, because he's in a Ferrari, whilst De Graaf is in my car, which is not very quick. I want to try and get a bit of an undercut here with De Graaf, so we'll pit him in first and pit him on to what tyres? What tyres? It's going to have to be some mediums, isn't it? Let's be honest. Front wing. It only takes 1 extra second, so you might as well. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to do that, so hopefully I don't have to fix anything else in this race. So we're pitting De Graaf first, because I want to make sure that he can go for it once he comes out of the pit. So we'll back him off a little bit on this in lap here. He's holding up Nubia, who's sort of actually in a legit battle with, because he's going to have to pit again as well. Anyway, so now Lara is going to be out by herself. We want to try and maximise her stint as well. So we're going to pit her in this lap as well. We're going to put her on some mediums as well. Front wing and the gearbox looks like the ones that... that's a bit gutting, but we're going to have to fix it. Otherwise, there's no way she's going to get to the end. Well, she's probably going to... She probably could get to the end, but just have to be back off the whole way, which just isn't very good at all. So we're going to Graf Max out the pit lane here. He's got a big old gap in front of him. Surikov and Lipponen. So actually, that's quite an interesting place to come out. He'll only be able to push for like one lap though. Hopefully this is just going to help him jump a few people in the pit lane. That's the aim at least. We'll see. Is he going to come out ahead of Lara? Yes, he is. So that's important. That's important. Lara's come out quite far down the field, and she's going to be able to push for a lap or so now. Anyway, we're going to focus on De Graaf, who's set at a green first sector there, which is good. Important things. Is he going to be able to keep this up for the rest of the race though? That's the thing. He's right up behind Sulikov, which is a very good job. No pun intended. Very good to see. And he's ahead of Woodford. Okay. I suppose it was Vidal who was in the points, and Vidal's in 5th. That's so annoying that the Manor's like a legit good car now. It's quite frustrating. Quite frustrating. Anyway, we'll see how the rest of this race goes, lads. I mean, I feel that we could definitely pull something out of the bag here. Lara's done a good job to sort of pull it back, but she's going to have to save some fuel now. As you can see, she's right in the battle once again. But she's going to have to mega save fuel here with a couple of laps. Definitely sort of brought herself back into the battle if people do have problems. And, oh no, 13th and 14th. Come on, De Graaf. Need a bit more from you, mate. Don't know whether I can really push the tyres either, that's the problem. Especially with the parts looking how they are. It is slightly worrying. Anyway, De Graaf has got back ahead of Woodford now. Would love to get Lara in front, but then that's the problem. Like, we're going to have two squabbling teammates again. Sudakov in front, surely going to pit again on those hards. In fact, has he stopped at all in this race? I'm not too sure. Yes, he has. There's no way, surely he can get to the end of the race on those tyres. 25%, and he's been pushing them like crazy. He's backing off now, but De Graaf's starting to catch, and obviously a much slower car. Each time that's updating, it's taking off like half a tenth of a second. So this could be quite a good finish here from De Graaf. Could he maybe get somebody? There's a big old gap in front, to be fair. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th all battling at this part of the track here. If you can see where my mouse cursor is, they're all from the crossing the line now to now. That's 4th down to 10th. So that's quite a good job from those guys there for it all to be so close. But are we going to be able to catch Surikov? I'd hope so. Alright, is this the last lap of the race? Yes, it is. So let's go for it. Oh my god, we've saved so much fuel here with Lara. I didn't realise. Oh, it's not the last lap. It's not quite the last lap here. We might as well just go for it though. Maybe not. I'm caught in two minds here, lads, because that is 18% worrying. It's not the last lap. The leader's just behind me, so we're getting blue flag. That means Lara will finish the race now. The worst that De Graaf can finish is 12th, so might as well just go for it, I guess. But he's lost a lot of time there. Not too sure why he's lost so much time to Sulikov. How is Sulikov going around still so quickly on those tyres? I don't know. Doesn't make much sense to me. Who's that? Someone blown up? Okay, no. Oh, there we go. There's a point. Yes! He's got Sulikov, who's just died at the last corner there. He's not even got to the line. So good stuff there. De Graaf gets a point for us there. Still a few positions off of where we wanted to be in terms of our extra good result. And our bonus, sorry. I guess that's the thing. You have to take the good with the bad. Valdez finished 12th for Mercedes. Mercedes aren't that quick this year. They also don't have a very good lineup. So that's part of the reason. Now that Ricciardo's retired, it doesn't leave them in the best of driver lineups, which is interesting for us, but it's good for us. So pretty much everyone doing a one stop. 2 stop there from Nubia. He stopped really early on. Other than that, not too many interesting strategies. Somebody, Heller, did a 2 stop as well. Anyway, we've got to hope for a couple of people to be breaking some rules, possibly. Nope, still 10th and 13th. Not sure what happened to Valdez there. Anyway, Mikhailovic and Nubia both getting penalties. Actually, Mikhailovic is... oh my god, we're just getting absolute domination here from Pascal Becker. Look, guys, we're only 17 points off second place in the championship. I think that shows how competitive it is. Wow, that's interesting to see there. We're down into 6th now as Catano... was it Panther? One of them got a load of points in that, so we've dropped down a bit here, which is a bit annoying. Just keep updating, I guess. Just keep updating, and the car will get there eventually. But it just will take more. It's going to take more seasons than it did with the other tiers because, well, there's a bigger gap between the best and the worst. So that's the problem. So, good stuff. When do these sponsors run out? Do we have one sponsor running out after this race? I think I remember seeing, or was that the last race? So a quick look. No, we've still got everything. We got one coming at the end of this race, and then 2 after that. So this is going to be quite important. This next sponsor, whether it's going to be one that we can... oh, TV piece. Be a bit of money, wouldn't it? Decent, lads. The relationship, whatever. Maybe it does. Maybe it does matter. I don't know. Personally, I don't know. I feel that TV piece would be quite good for a lot of the teams to have, and the people to. Well, you know, the engineers and that sort of stuff. I think, you know, it'd be quite a cool thing to have. I don't know, mate. Anyway, engine's finished. Let's improve it. Okay, it's pretty good as well. 77%. That probably doesn't need to stay on there, and 58. That probably does need to stay on there. So keep focusing on that. We're only at 2.8 mil, so maybe I'll wait for my next sponsor to come through before I do anything else. And we got our first driver scout report here, lads. So we're not going to do the next race in this next episode, but we've got a couple of reports coming through. So let's see how good some of these people are. All right, 4.2 stars, 3.5 stars, pretty rubbish. Chris Cannon, pretty rubbish. Okay, none of the people we scouted are particularly good here, but I've heard there are some beasts in here, lads. We've got to find them. We've got to scout them, and we'll see. So this Olga person's actually started to do better as well. Look, Olga is now up into 3rd. There's quite a few people here that haven't got any sort of teams. Like, you'd definitely think some from the Asia Pacific series or whatever would pinch them, but not the case. There's a lot of 4-star rated drivers, but that next tier, like 4.5 stars, is big. They're big. They're important. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon for more Motorsport Manager. It's Blanks. I'm out of here. Goodbye.